Hi guys. A lot of you have been probably wondering where I've been for the past couple of months, why I haven't been posting any videos. Well, to put it short, I've just been working a lot. But I've decided to create a new series where I bring the outdoors in, and I hope you guys follow me along. I feel like this genre may be a little different from what you're expecting, but I also feel like you guys will enjoy this content. I'm basically going to be creating a planted tank using a 50-gallon rimless aquarium. So I'm going to be using multiple fish species, multiple plant species. Going to be introducing you guys to some interesting hardscape materials like stones or wood. I'm probably going to be butchering the names, by the way, so don't judge me, please. I hope you guys follow along this journey, and I hope you guys learn something. A little backstory: I've been in the fish keeping hobby for about 10 years, I would say. I've had, at most, 5 planted tanks in my room. There's a little room. I've had colonies of shrimp. I've had multiple community species, or community tanks, sorry, which is basically a tank with multiple species of fish. I've grown a lot of aquarium plants, and I just want to say I plan on doing more fishing videos, more camping videos soon, but this is a nice little mix-up. Because, hey, I'm only doing YouTube because of you guys and because I love doing my hobbies. I feel like you guys enjoy watching, so thank you. And also, shout out to all my 500 subscribers. I'm officially at 500. I believe I'm at 526 July 21st. So thank you. Thank you all for supporting me. Now let's get to it. Fluval stratum. Sometimes plant substrates or shrimp substrates require washing or rinsing, basically. This one does. I just reread the directions, so I'm gonna give this a rinse. So I'm gonna give that a rinse now. Alright, so while this tank kind of just settles, I'm letting the filter run. I also got this Aquarium substrate, the finest collection of 100% natural gravel and sands. So this is I believe the Galaxy Sand 20-pound bag. I like to use sand with a planted tank just because this fluval stratum, I love it, but the problem with it is when I'm planting my stem plants, stem plants like to come up. So I notice if I use sand, mix it in, I either layer it or just mix it in. I like to match it, so black on black, just because eventually either the animals or when I'm planting plants, it's just gonna get mixed up anyways. So, but yeah, I've noticed when I use sand with the fluval stratum, it holds the plants down better. So I'm gonna rinse this while this runs. So the cloudiness has already dissipated. Not all the way, but I can definitely see through the bottom. So now I'm gonna add the sand. Here we go. I want to try to create a top layer, but I feel like no matter what I do, layers are just gonna mix. So it's all good if it does. But that's probably about a solid, I don't know, inch thick. And then with this sand, it'll probably give another inch. So probably 2.5 inches of thickness. And that's what I really want to aim for. I'm back. It's been about, I don't know, 2 days. I had it clear up, but it's still a little foggy. So I just bought some activated carbon. Premium activated carbon. $18.99, mesh media bag included. Yep. Bought it at Splendor in Fairfield on North Texas. Go check them out. If you guys have any questions about your tanks, they're pretty knowledgeable. I always love going in there. I just spent another $56 on the carbon and some rocks. Doesn't that look nice? I gotta rinse them first, but yeah, I'm about to put these bad boys in. Oh, by the way, these are Seiru stones. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, I love the way they look, especially when they get wet. It's gonna look crazy in this tank. Alright, just rinse the activated carbon. You can hear it sizzle. I'm gonna throw it in the filter system now. Now hopefully that'll help clear up this cloudiness you see in the water. So that carbon, it's basically just another form of filtration. They call it chemical filtration. I'm not going to pretend like I know what I'm talking about either. I just read this on a this app. Buce plant? I don't know. But yeah, they have some great reads on here. You guys should check out this app because I'm about to buy a bunch of plants from them. Little tip, if you're planning on putting rocks in your aquarium, try to get a little idea beforehand, before you sift all that sand, and then you're gonna have to wait for it to clear up. Just saying, it makes it easier. That's the basis of what I'm gonna try to go for. A couple little caves, but yeah. Alright, the first pieces of rocks I put in there, I mean, it may look a little small, but I think with the addition of the livestock, fish, and plants, it'll look just alright. I mean, I'll probably add some bigger pieces of rock, but as of right now, as it's starting out, I think it looks just okay. Love these rocks too. Look at how they shine, coloration, the edges. I think it was pretty much worth it. I'll give it a couple days before I add anything. Just make sure everything's going good. Probably add plants first. That's what I'm really waiting for. Maybe I'll wait a week even. And honestly, it's just a slow process just because it's so expensive. This hobby ain't cheap. But I'm in no rush at all. Having fun with it. Having tons of fun. New things came into the tank. For the tank, I should say. I had to get filter socks. Right from Waterbox Aquariums. water box aquariums. That's the brand of the tank. Customer service, great, because I accidentally hit subscribe and save for them. And I didn't want to get filter socks every 2 weeks, so had to call them up and then had to cancel the accidental subscription. Also, filter sock holders. This is just to hold in place. Let me get this set up. Great. Boom. Great packaging. Just like that. Works perfectly. Now the install part. So that'll catch all the debris that's coming through. I'll catch all the debris coming through. Right in the inlet. Just put that in there. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should flip it. Looks like. Boom. Just like that. Looks like it's working. We're about to find out because I also bought a new piece of aquascaping things. Can't wait to show y'all. After installing the filter socks, it seems to make the tank quieter. With all that flow, there's no more like rushing water sound. I kind of liked it, kind of didn't. To each their own. But check this out. $40, Pet Club. Love them. I already rinsed it, so I'm about to put this bad boy in. Look at this. There's so many things I could do with it. I don't even know how I'm going to escape it yet. I'm probably going to have to get some more stones soon, but yeah. Isn't this piece so nice? I was stuck in the aisle choosing which piece of wood to choose for like 40 minutes. Shoot, even 3 Pet Club employees had to help me decide. Alright, let's put this bad boy in. Let's try to figure out where to put this. Okay, well, ran into a bit of a snag. It's not really a snag, but that wood's not waterlogged. For some reason I thought it would be. It's okay though. Adapt, overcome, survive. Yeah, that's probably gonna need a couple days. But I'm planning on putting it on this side. I rearranged the rocks a little bit, so you could tell. I think it's looking pretty sick. I'm probably gonna, I'm gonna have to add a little more. Just a little more depth. On this side it's very flat. I want these rocks to be a little taller, so I'll probably have to stack them. Just wait for this to waterlog a little bit. Or maybe I'll just put a stone over it so it's fully submerged. Alright, so after adding the wood, this is literally the next day. Water got cloudy again. But it's okay. This is why we're taking it nice and slow. Plus, we had to wait for the wood to get waterlogged. Normally, you would want to boil your wood before putting it into your tank, and that'll also help with like tannins and everything, but honestly, I just threw it in. Mainly because I know I haven't added anything else in this tank yet, except the substrate, stones, and then the wood. So, update on the wood, it's starting to get waterlogged already. I keep lifting up the stone just to check on it, and it seems to be getting heavier and heavier and wanting to stay down more and more. I'm just doing a water change, just trying to get rid of all this extra, I believe it's bacteria from the wood. That's why it's getting all cloudy like this. Again, I'm no expert in tank keeping. I just do this for fun. I'm literally just plugging and playing. I've had tanks before, planted tanks before, but never to anything to this degree or size. Took about 5 days for the cloudy water or the bacterial bloom to really dissipate. It's still a little cloudy, but that's fine. It'll go away. Completely clear soon. As you could tell with this Mopani wood, oh yeah, I also figured out what kind of wood it was. It has a lot of biofilm. So this biofilm, not necessarily dangerous or anything. It's just all this excess bacteria that I introduced to the tank is trying to find somewhere to go. So we got on the wood. I also added some more ceramic rings. So this is for the bacteria, a place for them to colonize. I put it in the back where the filter is, basically. So yeah, it's just a biological filtration. I'm not going to go too in-depth into that. I'm not really the expert per se, but I'll show you guys. I'll leave a link in the description for a great video that I found very helpful explaining this whole process. But yeah, I bought some more Cereal stones. Still unsure how to pronounce that, but I'm loving them, so I'm gonna add them. Oh, also, let's see if this is done waterlogging. Looks like it's staying. Let's see if I can flip it. Oh yeah, looks like it's staying. I think I'm gonna brush all this biofilm off. See that? I'm gonna brush it off. I have no shrimp. I don't have any livestock really that I've added in here, except for maybe these plants. But these are just propagated pothos plants. So basically house plants that my auntie gave me. So shout out to Auntie Marilyn. All right, so it doesn't look like much now, but I think I got my hardscape down. But maybe add a couple more stones. Fill in the background a little bit. I'm still debating. But yeah, this is what it looks like without the biofilm. Still a little cloudy right now, but it's okay, that should go away. The background, yeah, still debating. I don't know if I want to put like umbrella grass in the background, have it cascade over the top of the tank, or just add more stones. But if I add more stones, that means I'll have less room for plant growth. Right now, my filter's getting clogged after I took off all that biofilm, so I'm washing these media bags with tank water. Just trying to get rid of all that biofilm. It's important to wash your media bags with tank water, by the way, just so you don't destroy that bio, or that, what do you call that? That bacteria colony on the media bags. So after much consideration, I think I am going to explain the whole process that's happening right now, because I feel like a lot of people don't get it, especially with a planted tank. Freshwater. Most people think freshwater is easy. You just put, basically just tap water into your tank and hope for the best. But it's much more complicated than that. So right now, I'm basically just hardscaping the tank. And hardscaping is basically just all the elements of non-living decorative pieces in the tank. So we have the wood, we have the rocks. I also just bought some new rocks to add. I'm just rinsing them right now. Gonna brush them off too. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is create a flow right now. A flow of the tank, especially getting ready for the plants that I'm going to buy. So that's why you see a lot of these spaces. You're probably wondering why I'm not adding anything yet. Don't worry, there's a whole plan to everything, but this is essentially the process it takes. It takes a while, especially for a big tank like this, about 50 gallons of water. And yeah, the Mopani wood, I already knew that it was gonna get cloudy, just because there's we just introduced this new element into the water that was already cycled, especially after I put the rocks in. Then I added a new element, and then it created that bacterial bloom, which caused the cloudiness, and then all this biofilm you see right here. But it's pretty easy, it should go away on its own. Now I'm gonna escape a little more and see how it goes. So, I think I don't know if this is going to be the last time I rescape it. Things keep changing. But I mean, I like the way it looks right now. I'm definitely going to have to put the plants in soon, after everything is cycled and done with the biological filtration. I don't think I bought too many rocks, just because I plan on putting maybe dwarf hairgrass in the foreground, some stem plants in the back. I'm definitely going to put a piece of umbrella hairgrass in the back, and hopefully that spreads its roots. I have another tank upstairs, 6 gallon. I already have umbrella hairgrass growing in that, and it's growing pretty quick, so I'm probably going to add that in here soon. Other than plants or livestock, I mean, that pothos is the only one I really have in there. I just got that from Auntie Merlu. Again, shout out to Auntie Merlu. Thank you for giving those to me. But yeah, stem plants in the background, umbrella hairgrass probably in the middle, just because where the output flow is coming out, it's going to be pushing everything, and I want that umbrella hairgrass to go over and then just flow basically towards this way, towards the front. I've been on the Buce plant app and my cart is full. It's probably, I don't even know, $150 right now. I'm planning on to put or glue on this Mopani wood, some Buce Philandra plants on there. I'm probably butchering these names, but yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna work out. Gonna get a couple Anubias too. A couple of plants with rhizomes. So I'll show you what that looks like when they get in, but for now I think it's looking good so far. This tank has a very high flow, but the way I position everything, I feel like there is a little dead zones too, especially with the future fish that I plan on putting on. I think it works out for a great community tank. The Wapani wood was very hard to position, just because it's so big and I don't want the wood touching the glass. I have a little bit of it sticking out at the top of the water, which is cool, it's fine. The rocks, love the rocks, I can't stop staring at them. I actually like the way the rocks are kind of shown too. Enough substrate ground level for planting too. I could plant it in between the rocks as well. I think it's turning out pretty well. Okay, quick little update. It has turned clear, almost clear. I still have biofilm along the wood, the Mopani wood. I also added some giant hairgrass in the back. Hopefully that's gonna grow well, and then just canopy over the top layer. That giant hairgrass is growing upstairs in my fluval chi. It's growing way too fast, so I decided to put it down here. And if you guys know what the fluval chi is, it's not a very big tank, but right now I'm just using that as basically a shrimp tank and just to grow out all my other plants. Also, I ordered from Buce Plant app, and I have a shipment of plants coming in soon. Don't know when, probably in a couple days. So in the next video, you'll see me planting those cool plants. really excited for them. I got a lot of variety as well. Some stem plants, some Buce philandra. I got some Anubias too, and then a couple other ones. But I'll go more in depth on the next video. You'll also see me butcher the names because the scientific names are crazy. But I also got some autos? Hold on. Let me look it up. Autosynclus catfish. So these guys are gonna help me establish my nitrogen cycle. I believe the beneficial bacteria has already established, so I don't want to add too many fish too quickly just because I don't want that bioload to go crazy. I don't want ammonia spikes, that's what I'm trying to avoid. I don't want like an algae bloom. So yeah, I'm gonna slowly add fish. I'm still deciding on the fish types that I want. Right now, I'm really looking at the rummy nose tetras. Probably get like a school of 10. Definitely gonna add some Amanos. I was gonna buy some Amano shrimp today, but I couldn't find any at any of the pet stores I went to. I did find these guys, and I found 2 of them. So these autos, I've kept them before, and I absolutely love them, especially since they don't get that big, like compared to a pleco per se. Those guys get way too big, and I didn't want that, especially for a planted tank. So these guys are like perfect. You get a close-up shot. There they are. And they should be able to clean that biofilm off, so I've been scrubbing that biofilm every like couple of days so it doesn't get too out of control, but now these guys are just gonna eat it as food. And if they don't, it's okay. Then I could just clean it myself, or I could give them algae wafers because I have spare algae wafers upstairs. Yeah, so I've been acclimating them. They've been in this water for like about 15 minutes. So now I'm gonna put them in here. For fish, when I acclimate them, I usually just put the bag in the water for about 15 minutes. Shrimp though, they're definitely a less hardy species I've noticed, especially Neocaridina, like a fire red shrimp that I have upstairs in the fluval chi. I like to drip acclimate those, or any of my shrimp. There goes one. He's sticking to the net. There you go. Alright, he got stuck on the net for a second, but I think he's in now. Oh shoot, where'd he go? Okay. There's one right there. And then the second one that got stuck on the net for a second is right there. They look really small in this 50-gallon tank, but it's okay. They're part of my cleanup crew. So I think I'm gonna go with these 2 autos, and then probably 5 Amanos, maybe 10, depending. I still need to get the species list down, but yeah, I don't want to overload this tank with bioload because then there's just going to be so much algae everywhere. So I gotta watch out for that. Hopefully they get to work on this biofilm. I'm gonna give them a couple minutes to acclimate better, but they look good so far. This guy looks like he's already eating. That guy, he's just kicking it on that wall. I think upstairs in my fluval chi, I'm gonna put some long fin blue Danios that I have stocked in the fluval chi, just because I've noticed they've been a little more aggressive than I like towards my fire red Neocaridina shrimp. especially if I'm trying to establish a colony. Those shrimp are already bred too, so there's already babies in there, and I'm already seeing them attack the little babies, so I'm gonna move them down here. I also have 3, I believe, emerald-eyed rasboras. So I think I'm gonna throw them in here too. I think they'll look pretty cool. I think upstairs I'm just gonna keep it primarily just all inverts. So I have 1 Nerite snail in there also, and then just like 5 fire red cherry shrimps. I think most of them are females too, so more breeding. Okay guys, so this is my upstairs tank. This is the Fluval Chi, and I believe it's about a 6-gallon tank. What I got in here is a bunch of fire red shrimp, Neocaridina. You can see them foraging on the plants I have in here. These are longfin blue Danios, so those are the problem guys right there. See, you see, he's already fin nipping all the other blue Danios. That guy. So I think they'll really like a bigger tank just to spread them out. And then I have emerald, I believe they're emerald-eyed rasboras in the back. I only have 3 of those, and then 3 of the longfin blue Danios. I would have bought more, but especially with this tank, it's not that big. And I always planned on moving them downstairs to the 50-gallon just to spread them out more. But they're thriving in here. And as you can see, plants are thriving in here as well. Look how green and lush they are. I've been pruning them too quite frequently. I've been using this UNS plant food, the Min. So there's 2 different types, the Min and the Max. So the Min is for probably more new aquariums, because this fertilizer works really good. What you don't want is an algae bloom, and when you put too much fertilizer and your plants can't keep up with all of it, this is what happens. As you can see on the glass, there's like algae spots everywhere, and this only occurred after I started adding the fertilizer. But I mean, it's working on my plants. I've noticed my plants growing extremely faster now and more lush and green. Like you could see all the old areas compared to the new areas. It's been crazy growth since I've started dosing it, probably a week now. And ever since I started dosing it, more algae's been popping up now. So I gotta watch out for that, probably give it a clean. I don't think my Nerite snail is moving fast enough. I have a Nerite snail in the back. Can't really see him. Yeah. He's just having a hard time keeping up. But usually, when I don't have fertilizer in a tank, he cleans it up so well. This tank was never more clear until I started adding fertilizer. So, highly suggest, if you're getting into fish keeping, research what you need, what you're going to need, and then plan ahead. That's what I'm trying to do right now, basically, especially with the plants coming in and then introducing new livestock. The 50-gallon downstairs, though, I believe it's cycling through almost to completion, especially the beneficial bacteria. I feel like that's already stabilized. The nitrogen cycle, though, that definitely hasn't probably started, but I'm anticipating the ammonia, the algae, and then the nitrite. So that's why I'm basically trying to control. I don't want to add too much. So fish, especially the probably rummy nose tetras I'm gonna get, I don't want to add them yet. These guys, I feel like it'll be just fine for that tank downstairs. And like I said, just because it's such a big tank, I feel like it's going to take a whole lot of bioload to destabilize that tank downstairs. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. I'm also probably going to give this tank a water change. So I water change once every week, probably about 20%. So it's going to be a perfect time to switch over. I'll take out 20% of this water, grab the fish, put them in the bucket that I have right here, and then bring them downstairs and then try to drip acclimate them. Look how clear that water looks. Isn't that crazy? That's good growth right there, especially with the UNS plant food fertilizer. Alright, I got the plants now, or I got the shrimp. I got the one shrimp, the one amano I have, 3 emerald-eyed rasboras, and then 3 long-fin blue danios. I'm gonna put them in the 50-gallon downstairs now, and now I'm gonna show you how I drip acclimate them. Okay, back downstairs. This is basically how I'm drip acclimating. So I have that old tank water, or not old, I should say the 6-gallon Fluval Chi tank water in here that I'm using to water change. I'm gonna dump that out after this, but this is basically just my aquarium vacuum hose. And what I did is put a rubber band on it, so you could adjust this rubber band to really determine how fast you want this drip. I'm gonna give this an hour because I'm gonna slow down this drip too, so yeah. Okay, now that the drip acclimated, I'm gonna put them in now. That looks nice. Looks like they lost a little color, but I think they'll perk right back up pretty soon. Actually, they didn't lose that much color. Hopefully I can get some shots of them, but they're just so tiny. I don't know if my camera can pick it up. Oh, there's the auto. Auto's swimming just fine. So they're still acclimating, but they're coloring up quite nicely, I should add. Especially the emerald-eyed rasboras. Another thing to think about when you're starting a tank is, does your tank have a lot of flow? So this tank has 4 outputs in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they push out a lot of flow, creating a lot of current. But the cool thing about this tank is you could adjust those, point them in areas that will break up the current. So in this tank, there's probably the whole back area generally doesn't have too much flow. This front area at the top, where I pointed the outputs, has a lot of flow. So what I'm trying to replicate is basically dead areas in the tank where there's high flow, low flow, medium flow. So they're probably gonna need a second to figure out which area is best for them. I know the emerald-eyed rasboras don't like a lot of flow, so they'll probably generally stay in the back area. The longfin blue danios like a lot of flow though. So as you can tell, they're just having fun in the current. With these outputs, I have the current hitting the glass. So when it hits that glass, it's breaking up that current. And it'll generally be a less stronger current. So I think what I have set up right now is perfect. I finally found the amano. He's blending in with the rock, but it looks like he's already eating, so oh yeah, go after that biofilm. I hate the way that this biofilm looks on the Mopani wood, because the Mopani wood has like a 2-tone color. Actually like 3 tones. Like it has a darker brown, lighter brown, and then like a tan. And I really like the way the wood looks, except right now it's just infested with biofilm. So hopefully the autos and the amanos and the amano will start eating at that biofilm soon. Give them time though. I'll eventually buy some more amanos once I find them in the fish stores. But one of my fish stores was closed today, and then 2 other was just Petco and PetSmart, and they didn't have any amanos, sadly. Okay, quick little update. Tank is doing just fine. I'm definitely going to change out the filter. So I just bought this new filter, or not filter, water pump. I'm finding this water pump is very strong. So this was a secondhand tank basically. This was my brother's before. He eventually just gave up on it after all his fish died, but now I've converted it to a freshwater. It used to be a saltwater tank. And in that tank, when it was saltwater, he wanted a lot of water flow. So I got a new water pump, less water flow, plus it's adjustable. This water pump is not adjustable. So I just want to make sure that all water flow is going to be good for the plants and shrimp and the fish that I got coming in. Yeah, so time to set this up. This was like about $27 at Petco. It's the Imagitarium Incirc 550 water pump. And it's rated for 160 to 550 GPH, which is gallons per hour. So this is a 50 gallon tank. If you're looking for your gallons per hour, you just multiply it by 10. So 50 times 10, 500 gallons per hour. To also note, I'm pretty sure this gallon per hour on this current water pump is way bigger than that. I don't know the exact measurement, but I could just tell it is. So this one's, yeah, 160 to 550 gallons per hour. So that's pretty good, because even if it at max 550 gallons per hour, I could adjust it, so it works better. All right, time to set up. All right, first test. Let's see how it works. Looks like the flow is better. I only put it on halfway. I could probably even turn it down a little more if I would really need to. But it looks like it's working. Cool thing about these pumps too, came with different size nozzles. So I think I used like the one right in the middle. So this is the smallest, there was a middle one, and then this is the largest. I'm gonna adjust the flow a little bit, just play around with it, see how it works. It looks like it is less strong. I think the fish are liking it better. And then I also looked up the old filter, or the old water pump. This is the AQ 2500 Aquarium, and yeah, this was way bigger than it needed it to be. So the flow was way too strong. I think I got it figured it out now. So yeah, normally I like a high flow tank system, but after watching the fish for a couple days, really get just put into a tsunami every time they would pass by the flow, I figured I think they need a better water flow system, or at least an adjustable water system. Like right now I have it half clicked or halfway, so I don't even know, like it doesn't give me an accurate gallons per hour with the halfway click or adjustable flow rate. But I think that looks good right now. I mean, the water's flowing still. The fish definitely look happier. They don't look like they're just getting sloshed by the flow. And again, I thought it was fine at first, but now that I'm looking at them now, I think they're gonna thrive better. And that's what I really want, is for my fish to thrive. Let's see if we can get some cool shots of them. Right now they've definitely colored up. You can see all their patterns and their colors. It looks amazing. Also, just to point out, this whole wall right here, it was just filled with biofilm. But you could see where the auto sinkless catfish were eating at the wall. They left like little track marks, so they're doing their job. I think slowly they'll eventually get to this mopani wood, but I think it's just going to take a little more time. But they're eating. I could tell their bellies are full. So this will be the last update before the next video, because the next video I plan on showcasing my plants more. Livestock, yeah, I think I like the the long fin blue danios in here. The emerald eye rasboras, still kind of unsure. I might give them to my cousin. The auto sinkless catfish though, I'm gonna get more. The only problem was I would have bought more, but PetSmart only had 2 left. So I bought those 2, hoping to get at least a total of 6, because if you research them, they like to, almost like a schooling fish, believe it or not, they like to stay together, feel protected, and then the more they're more active and less shy, basically. Next video, plants coming soon, so keep an eye out. Thank you for watching. Fishlord Gabe out. Until next video.